You're watching the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. It has actually turned into a fall day here in June. Is it June yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Tomorrow.
Close.
I think tomorrow. Anyway, Foley Field, Athens, Georgia. It is time for some baseball at this Athens Regional. Boston College, Liberty getting at it again for the second time in this regional. The first game was absolutely fantastic. The winner of this one moving on. The loser, unfortunately, calls it a season. This is how it went down the first time they met in the opening round, ninth inning. Liberty was down a run. They would score the tying run on that little infield hit. And then how about another one, infield hit? Infield in. Good throw, probably gets him. That's how Liberty took the lead, 4-3. And then Boston College had an opportunity in the bottom of the ninth. They had their best player, Julio Solier, at the plate. He flies out on a sliding catch in center field to end the game. And obviously the frustration for Boston College put them in the loser's bracket, and Liberty moved on. The winner of this one, they will move on again to the regional final at 5 o'clock Eastern time against the Georgia Bulldogs. But hopefully we'll have the same type of game that we had when they first met on Friday. Dave Neal alongside former Georgia great and big leaguer Gordon Beckham. Glad you could join us again. Day number 3 here in Athens. And man, these elimination games, the pressure on these kids, the pressures on these coaches. I mean, every pitch seems magnified. Do you pay attention to any of that as a player?
Well, everything that they've done all year long is coming to fruition today. And obviously there's some careers that might be ended here in college, and that's one of those things you don't want to let go. You put so much into it, you got to find a way to get a win and keep those hopes alive.
Well, for Boston College, they stayed alive yesterday with a win over LIU. We haven't really seen the Boston College style of baseball yet, the bird ball, where they like to run, bunt, all kinds of stuff. Maybe today's the day?
I think so. It's a little bit cooler, as you mentioned. Wind's blowing in, but both these teams love to run and bunt, and they just haven't seen a whole lot of that. But maybe today, with the guys getting back to what they know how to do, playing their type of game.
Yeah, the conditions certainly will limit some home runs today. We've had a bunch of them here today. Liberty, though, meanwhile, yesterday against Georgia, of course, the Bulldogs are on a roll right now, but got off to a good start. Look at the last 8 innings, just one hit. How do they get that turned around today?
I think the biggest thing is a good top of the first inning for Liberty. A good top of the first will set them up for success to get to the bat rack and hopefully get those bats going, because it worked well early. You had the top of their lineup, some good hitters, Marsh up there, and now they got to find a way to get those guys back up and get going, find a way to score some runs.
All right, Liberty and Boston College will set the stage on the mound and get this one underway. Elimination baseball coming up. Boston College, the visiting team today here at Foley Field against the Liberty Flames. This is the lineup that you will see. Julio Solier, 361, the shortstop, 28 stolen bases as well. Ty Manolfi hitting second. He has 19 stolen bases. Nick Wang over at first base leads the team with 16 homers. Toomey, the freshman Gallo again anchoring over there at third base. Wolf, Johnson, Larson, and Carter Hendrickson round out the lineup. Meanwhile, on the mound, Jackson Lucas gets the ball today.
Yeah, junior from Garner, North Carolina. He's got a 4-pitch mix to both righties and lefties, pitching at a 5.29 ERA. He's 3-2 on the season. 63 innings pitched, started 14 out of his 19 appearances, so he's well aware of how to start games out for this Liberty team, and he's going to get a riled up Boston College team. Everybody's ready to go.
I know, man. You come to the ballpark realizing this may be it, you know. Of course, you're thinking you're going to win and play at 5 o'clock this afternoon, but man, it is could be a crushing end to the day today for one of these teams.
Sometimes elimination brings out the best in people. We'll see what it brings out today for these two teams.
Solier will lead things off for the Eagles, and first pitch bounces off the mid of Kyle Vitston behind the plate. There's a strike. Opponent's hitting .280 against Jackson Lucas. He's given up 5 home runs, but boy, but the conditions certainly flipped overnight. It was warm and humid, and wind was blowing out the flag. Old Glory blowing straight in now, but the last 2 days it had blown as briskly as it is now, but in the other direction.
Not sure I've ever seen the ball travel like it did the first 2 days of this regional. Today, a much different story.
Here's the 2-1. That one's off the plate, 3-1. Ground ball to the right side. Swafford spins, fires. Excellent play by the Liberty second baseman.
Absolutely well done by him, ranging into right field to catch this one, and the nice spin throw. Always like that opportunity as a second baseman. It kind of stops your momentum from going to the right field wall and gets it back going towards first base. Well done by Swafford.
There's Todd Intertonato, third season as a Boston College head coach, and led them to their most wins in an ACC regular season in program history. They finished up 17-13. They went to the ACC tournament as a 4 seed, but bounced after 1 game against the Miami Hurricanes.
Chip on their shoulder, picked dead last in the preseason poll.
Proved some folks wrong along the way. Ty Manolfi. Well, nice change up there. Completely fooled Manolfi. Time to hit the reset button for Ty.
Geared up for a fastball. 1-0, thinking he's going to get it, and then pulled the string on that one, did Lucas.
1 home run, 49 runs batted in. Boy, smashes this one. Deep right center. He knows it's gone. It's in the trees.
So much for bird ball.
Well, I would say that he definitely hit the reset button. You think about that swing right before that one. That was a 180-degree turn.
Well, he took a big hack at it, but then he gets a fastball, the one he was looking for, the pitch before, and he smashes this to right center field. No doubt about it. Just clean swing right there, and everybody knew it was gone. 1-0 Boston College.
Just his second home run of the season. That is the 6th home run allowed by Jackson Lucas. 6th home run for Boston College in this regional. They entered the tournament with 40.
Might tell you a thing or two why UGA leads the country in homers. Ball travels well here at Foley Field. And he hit that ball into the teeth of the wind, Dave.
Little check swing. 2-1 the count. Boston College came in 226th in the country in home runs. But they have posted 6 here in Athens. No swing that time around. Boy, big cut by Nick Wang. That one's out to center field. Campos, few steps to his left. He'll make the catch, and that'll be out number 2. Ball's been flying in the state of Georgia for these NCAA baseball regionals down in Atlanta. They have been bopping them to the tune of 24 down at Georgia Tech. 21 home runs here in Athens. Gainesville last night, I think the Gators hit 6 or 7 home runs. I mean, they just pounded Miami. They put up 22 runs on the Hurricanes last night. Meanwhile, in Austin, they've put up 19 home runs. Georgia's hit 14 home runs in its first 2 games, 9 in the opener, 5 yesterday.
They scored all the runs via the homer.
Little chopper field by Lucas. Made a mistake to Ty Manolfi, and he paid the price.
He sure did, Dave. Fastball, middle of the plate, bang. 1-0, Boston College.
Well, the Liberty Flames now down a run as we move to the bottom of the first inning. Tanner Marsh, Riley DeCandido, Jordan Jaffe, and Jackson Sorensen, the top 4 in this lineup. But it's really been Marsh, 4 for 8, couple of doubles. He scored 2 runs as well. The Conference USA Player of the Year, and he has been their table setter all season long. Just a fantastic player. We've seen him make some dynamite plays defensively. He is going to make some professional organization a happy club when they draft him.
Agree with you on that. They're going to be facing Brady Miller for Boston College, a sophomore from Harwich, Mass. On the Cape. 6'5", 210, big fella. 2-3 with a 5.9 ERA. He'll have a 4-pitch mix to righties and then drops the cutter to lefties. A lot of change-ups to right-handed batters, so look for him to lean on that fastball change combination early against some of these righties from Liberty.
Opponents hit .276 against Miller. .53 strikeouts in those 51 innings. And he'll face Marsh First pitch in there for a strike, 91 miles an hour. Well, the thing, my takeaway from watching Marsh play for the last couple of days, obviously came in so many accolades, including conference best player this year. Check swing. He did go around 0-2, but just the way he moves, he's so fluid and so simple, and he's fast and quick and twitchy and all that stuff.
He got a smash at him yesterday and just easily caught it, flipped it to second base, easy double play. Looked like it was routine, and it was not.
How about 3 pitches and 1 out for Marsh?
Well, he went with that changeup. We talked about it. Fastball change. He threw them all in this at bat to Marsh. Heater, slider, and now the changeup, and gets Marsh on 3 pitches.
Now Riley DeCandido. DeCandido is 1 for 5 this weekend. His 1 hit was a double. Struck out a couple of times. Been hit by a pitch. He's walked twice. Has a 500 on base percentage.
Scored a very important run against these Eagles.
Yes, he did.
On the first game, it was the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th after they had gone down in the bottom of the 8th. Seesaw battle in the first game, and it was a lot of fun for us to watch.
That one is fouled out of play. DeCandido with 6 homers and 42 runs batted in this year. Ground ball to the right side. Manolfi makes a nice play. He was playing again out in shallow right field, so had to cover a lot of ground and did just that.
Ball does scoot on this turf, but Manolfi playing deep does a good job to attack this baseball. See how deep he's playing. This play's close at first, but I guess the thought process is get a lot of range, and who cares if it's close at first as long as you make the play. 4-3, 2 outs.
Jordan Jaffe. Well, at least here in the first inning, Brady Miller just pumping strikes.
And he's throwing all those pitches for strikes, finding a way to really mix it up right now. Slider looks good, changeup looked great to Marsh, and a firm fastball, 92, 93.
Quickly 0-2 on Jaffe. Jaffe 2 for 9, 222 this weekend. A couple of RBIs.
You can see why he throws that changeup. He's got pretty good arm action on it, and playing off that 92, 93 mile per hour fastball, that has some pretty good life on it as a changeup as well. So definitely one to lean on. We'll watch it closely as it unfolds.
There's a little 93 for you. Went breaking ball. That was fantastic work on the mound from Brady Miller. What a start for the Eagles. They get a run in the top, and then they get Miller executing perfectly in the bottom.
3 up, 3 down, and a great slider to end it right here.
Well, some headlines for you, and hopefully baseball fans got to watch UCLA and how they were able to come back. Back-to-back homers in the bottom of the ninth, and then they walked it off shortly thereafter. Auburn stays alive versus NC State. Talk about that finish in just a minute because that was crazy. Southern Miss becomes the first national seed eliminated. They lost to Virginia, giving up 15 runs in 10 innings. And meanwhile, Tennessee 0-2 in the regionals for the first time ever. I just didn't see that coming. Tennessee has started to pitch the ball really well. Tegan Coons was such an exceptional pitcher for them this year, and that's crazy that Tennessee is 2-Q. Meanwhile, Luke Gallo, a freshman, steps to the plate against Jackson Lucas. Jackson, a couple of homers and 36 runs batted in. Gallo is looking for his first hit this weekend. He's 0 for 7. Been hit by a pitch, has walked. And he looks at a strike there. 3-1. Talking about that NC State Auburn game yesterday over in Auburn. And it ended on a pitch clock violation. Slap to third. Gallo's first hit. Gonna be a double as that one is airmailed over second base by Barone, but good start to the second for the Eagles.
I'll tell you what, the Eagles have some serious emotional vibes going on in their dugout. They are loud and they are excited to be here right now. And right now, with that double, you can really hear them roar. Pretty good backup by the pitcher right there on the overthrow. And you can see the emotion from Gallo.
And here is Kyle Wolf to the plate. Kyle, your designated hitter. Hitting 6th in this BC lineup. That's sharply hit the foul. Kyle Wolf hitting .429 this weekend. He's 3 for 7. Wolf 236 on the year. Throw back to second base. By the way, back to finish that story. Anthony Avent, the coach at NC State, is now retiring from college baseball, and his career ended on his batter at the plate in the 9th with 2 strikes. Took too long to get ready to hit, and they called it a strike on the batter, and the game was over. It was the 3rd strike. Elliott, I said it, Anthony Elliott.
Well, rules are rules, but this is where I do think that the umpires got to have a little bit of feel. You know, don't take it out of their hands unless it was being egregious. Yeah. But to have Avent, his last, I mean, isn't that going to be a story to tell? Hey, I ended my college career on a pitch clock violation. Not ideal.
No, he was not happy about it after the game. You know, was obviously not happy, but you know.
Did he get tossed?
No,
just to
he should have. It would have been a fitting way to just
right.
to conclude it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he was there when we played NC State in the Super Regionals in 08.
Well, he was there
for a long time.
He was an assistant with when Ray Tanner was at NC State before he went to South Carolina. Elliott was his assistant. That's how long he has been in Raleigh. It is 2-2 on Kyle Wolf. We got Gallo out there dancing around at second base. And now it's full 3-2.
No bird ball here. They didn't bunt him over. It's one of those things you coming in, you kind of expected them to, but you got the senior Wolf, the DH at the plate, probably not known for his bunting. You've got him in the lineup because of his bat.
He only has 1 sacrifice on a team that has a lot of sacrifices. Here's a high chopper, so this will be good enough to get the runner to third. Georgia Bulldogs. There's Colby Branch, some of his teammates watching some ball. Georgia already in the regional final. They'll have to just win one more to move to the Supers, which they would host next weekend right here. And the winner of this one will play at 5 o'clock Eastern, the loser heading home. But yeah, man, the sweatshirts are out.
You were a pro and decided to bring some extra gear.
I brought the company issued gear with me.
Company didn't issue me that gear, but that's okay.
We'll talk to some folks. We'll get that
I didn't expect to have to wear a 3/4 zip here in Athens in almost June. It is May. It is May.
Thank you. I didn't realize it was Sunday, and I thought it was June. Other than that, I've got off to a great start.
Tomorrow
today.
It'll be June.
Right.
So you're right on the edge.
Between the SEC baseball tournament and the regional baseball event, it's been so much baseball, I've lost track of days.
That's the beauty of baseball. You can do that.
Right.
In football, you know it's Saturday.
That's right. Tell you what, Bradley LaCroix coming out of the dugout having a little chat with our home plate umpire Jason Vinson. Not sure what that whole discussion was about. Was it some sort of warning from some dugout?
I think the
noise?
home plate umpire Jason Vinson heard a little too much talk potentially on some of these close calls. Liberty not getting the benefit of them. I think he's had a pretty good zone so far. So I think that it's one of those things, man. Hey, we got to get involved here as a dugout to maybe make Vinson think a little bit more about those close pitches.
Fouled off at the plate, 2-1 to Gunnar Johnson. Former Wofford Terrier. There's Bradley. Squares up to bunt, pulls it back. Boy, I just saw Luke Gallo down the third baseline as he came down the line just then as he peeled back after the bat was pulled back, and he was gimpy going back to the bag and then started stretching the right leg.
That'd be a big loss. Move around his ankle right there.
3-2 the count. Slap through the left side, base hit. Gallo comes in to touch home. And another run on the board for the Eagles. It's now 2-0.
Gunnar Johnson working a count right there, getting it to 3-1, swinging through a fastball, but then didn't miss the 3-2 pitch. Smacks this ball to left field. Tucks his hands really well on that fastball inside corner. Just a simple swing right there, and it's 2-0 Boston College.
Here's Colin Larson. Started the first game between the Eagles and the Flames. Sat out BC's game yesterday, but back in the lineup today, the sophomore out of East Hampton. 3 homers and 21 runs batted in. Larson went 0 for 2 first Liberty in that opening game with a couple of strikeouts. Larson's just 1 for his last 13.
You can see where the Liberty Flames are playing Larson pretty much straight pull. The third baseman is in on the grass on the left side of the infield just in case of a bunt.
That's in there for a strike. 2-2 to Larson. Hammered but foul. BC beat Long Island 8-4 yesterday to move on. Got a great performance out of Tyler Mudd on the mound. 7 1/3. Career high 10 strikeouts. Second pitcher by BC with 10 strikeouts in a game in the past 3 seasons. That one's off the fist. It's going to drop in for a base hit. They'll go station to station and have first and second, only one out.
Another pretty solid at bat by BC, working the count and then finding a way to get a knock. They got something still going with first and second, only one out.
Keller Bradford out to the mound to talk to Jackson Lewis. Already some activity as Jake Potts, the right-hander, getting loose for the Flames. Can't hold back in this game.
Got to empty the arsenal. Somebody's struggling. Got to have a quick trigger. There's no tomorrow.
Carter Hendrickson hit his second home run of the season yesterday.
Yeah, change up at the top of the zone and found a way to get on top of it. Fed the trees himself out in left field.
The senior with 18 runs batted in, 242 batting average, hitting 9th in this lineup. Hendrickson started his career at Xavier. He's a .278 hitter for 3 years before coming to Boston College. Go back to second. Got to be on your toes with this BC team because they will take off and run at a moment's notice.
Yeah, Gunnar Johnson 3 for 3 in stolen bases. Colin Larson way better, way more stolen base attempts, 21 out of 22.
Runners go, throw to third. They got him, he was off the bag. Initially he was safe and slid over the bag. And Gunnar Johnson is nailed at third base.
Got to remember on this turf, you really slide a long way, and Gunnar Johnson got a really good jump. He gets there, you see the oven mitt, he's safe. And then just slips off the bag, and yep, good call by third base umpire Andrew Fulton.
How about that being the first stolen base attempt of the regional for Boston College? They came in with 139 stolen bases this year.
Yeah, we talked about it. They like to put pressure on the defense and just had not seen that so far in their first few games. They do it here, and unfortunately comes off the bag, and it's an out.
Big swing from Carter Hendrickson. 2-2 the count, now with 2 outs.
I've watched it all weekend. When guys are sliding on this turf, man, they go a long way. And you add an oven mitt to the mix, you're not stopping.
Runner goes, ground ball to short. Marsh just flicks it across the diamond, and that'll get the Flames off. But another run on the board for BC. They lead it 2-0 heading into the bottom of the second. Well, the bracket that's paired up with this Athens bracket is over in Starkville, where the Bulldogs packed in 15,000 fans last night as they beat Cincinnati 10-5 to move to the regional final. Cincinnati will take on Louisiana coming up at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So when we're finished here after the Georgia and the winner of this game, you need to get home and dial that up, because it was some exciting baseball last night. What a great environment. Bulldogs, few of them here in Foley Field in the seats watching their potential next opponent this afternoon. Georgia hoping to close things out later today. Jackson Sorensen to lead things off. 250 hitter with 4 homers, 50 runs batted in. Sorensen, senior transfer, now in his 2nd season with Liberty. 2 years at Gonzaga, 1 year at Iowa Western. Out to second, nice hop. Fielded there cleanly by Manolfi. That'll be 1 down.
112 off the bat. That one, that's, I guess, why you play in short right field.
That was a hot shot.
Get a good long hop on 112 off the bat.
Yeah, otherwise, that's at your shoelaces.
Yep.
Nick Barone. Pitch fouled out of play. Barone, another senior on this team. You and I were looking through the lineup, starting lineups for both these teams coming in. How about only 1 freshman between these 2 teams playing today?
It's just the way the college game is, I guess. You upperclassmen, important. They've got a track record. A lot of them are playing. Only 1 true freshman. He's on Boston College.
And that's Luke Gallo there, 14 for the Eagles, who has been limping around since he came up gimpy at third base last half inning. And we've been watching him, and he is just, he's not feeling right. I mean, there you go. Like something is, I don't know if that was a quad, an ankle, but he was stretching his quad a little bit, but he's dancing around like maybe he's got an ankle problem. I mean, who knows, but something's bothering him.
No question about it. Something is bothering him. He hadn't stopped moving. Almost like if he feels like he stops, something else is gonna happen. Got to keep it warm.
Good slider. All right, that's coming across at 78 miles an hour. Is that still a slider?
I don't think so. I would call that a curving ball or a slurve.
A curving ball. I like that.
He missed his spot, but it does look like it catches the edge of the plate. Tough one for Barone because it looks bad if he's reaching all the way back across the plate to make the catch, but pretty good pitch right there by Brady Miller. Off to a great start.
Now he gets Easton Swafford, the Flames' second baseman, 271 with 2 home runs. Swing and a miss. Swafford 1 for 9 this weekend. Just 1 strikeout, but he's behind 0-2 here.
He is on fire right now with that slider.
Or the curving ball, as you like to call it.
Or a curving ball, whatever you want to call it. Either way, 3 more up, 3 more down, and that slider is working for Brady Miller.
Play all the highlights, all the big moments.
Get a chance to have some big-time fireworks.
6 to 8 games on the screen at one time.
You're going to be locked in for that.
The season on the line.
Hashtag squeeze play. Send us some tweets. Maybe we'll put you on the social wall.
The storybook season will continue.
Going to be a great day of college baseball. Bunch of teams have the ability to punch their ticket to a super regional today by the end of the evening. The only national seed eliminated on Saturday was number 9 Southern Miss. Golden Eagles, the 19th top 16 national seed to go 0-2 in the NCAA tournament. This one is going to end up in the bullpen down the right field line. ESPN's the home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals. For around-the-clock multi-game coverage, scan the QR code below. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. All you got to do is get your phone out, take a picture of that QR code, and boom, you're right there. Squeeze Play, just right there.
Scott, all you have to do is do that.
I mean, how hard is that? I could even do that.
Camera's generally on the home screen. Just press the one button. That's all you got to do.
A few years ago, when we first brought that QR code out, that one's off the plate. I did that live on television, and I thought that was a really big moment for me because that could have failed miserably, but it worked.
Not up on your technology,
No,
Dave?
I'm a little bit behind the curve. I like to keep my life simple.
You're a little bit behind the curve or the curving ball?
The curving ball, which we have seen today from Brady Miller. Big swing and a miss from Julio Solier. He goes down on strikes. First out of the inning, and the second time they have retired Solier today.
Pretty good changeup right here by Lucas. He's had a lot of counts going 2-2, 3-2, but this one's changeup, and it gets Solier. It's right in the middle of the plate, but shows you the kind of action he has on that changeup to get it past a pretty good bat in this Boston College lineup.
Manolfi looks at a first pitch strike. Ty's first at bat was quite the explosion. Solo home run over the right center field fence, just his second of the year. And he did it on a day where the temperatures have dropped about 15 degrees. Fly ball out to left. And the wind has switched to blowing in, and he just went right at it. Didn't even affect him one bit today.
Sure didn't. Smoked that ball.
Boy, got a drizzle coming in. Hopefully this is all we're going to get. And fortunately, we're on turf, so we can buy ourselves a little bit extra time when it comes to the rainfall. But it's been on and off drizzling this morning. Nothing severe. Here's Nick Wang, 0 for 1. Nick flew out to center field, his first time up. Average has dipped under 300 to 298 now. Wang 2 for 10 this weekend. 1 RBI, no extra base hits. Boy, these are the days I think about a pitcher because it's quiet in the stadium and you can hear all the chirping from the dugout.
A lot of chirping going on too. And part of that's on purpose, right? They're trying to chirp and get in his head a little bit, get him frustrated. Find a way to get him off his game right now.
He's already thrown 55 pitches, and we're just 2 2/3 into this one. This one popped up right side. Is there enough room? No.
Dave, you were talking about the weather. If you had some coloration in these trees right now, you would almost automatically assume it's early November or late October here in Georgia. Only difference is it's nothing but green all around.
I mean, it's crazy how warm and humid it has been the last few days. And overnight, you wake up and it's 20 degrees cooler. Fouled straight back. Oh, that would have been, that almost clipped the net and bounced our direction, but it didn't.
We're pretty well sheltered with this net and how the overhang comes up really close to us, so our chances for a foul ball might have to wait.
That's a shame.
It really is.
That is a shame.
It really is.
Here's Nick Wang with a 3-2, and he lets that one go outside, and he'll be down at first base here in a moment. See, there's our booth right there. There's a net in front of us. And then there's an overhang up above. but there is a little bit of space, and I'm always ready, just so you know. You should feel really comfortable with me saying that I'm going to get the foul ball if it comes up here.
You saying that you're always ready, I trust it.
Yeah.
I trust it.
The skill level might be a concern.
But I'm going to probably take pop-up priority here.
Okay.
And I'll call you off.
Okay.
Now, if the only opportunity we have is if it's kind of a jam shot foul ball and it just kind of
trickles over that
trickles
net.
over the net. That's the only shot we got right now.
Here's Jack Toomey, runner goes. Throw down to second, and how about the big man, Nick Wang? Boston College first baseman just got his 12th stolen base of the year. He's 12 of 13 now.
What do they call that? The vault? Vault? I think Todd Interdonato calls this the vault, where they get going beforehand and just try to time it up, and it's a pretty good strategy. And you can see, even with Wang going, he's almost sliding through the bag. Oven mitt and turf, they don't mix.
So now it's 2-1 on Toomey at the plate. By the way, last year I did catch a foul ball with Kyle Peterson in Knoxville. It did hit the table. It was a one hop off the table, but I snatched it. I didn't want to hit KP, so I just reached over on a one hop off the table and just snagged it.
Well,
yes.
That's what I'm talking about. You moved your feet. You got a short hop.
Yeah, I did. I read the ball well off the bat.
That's what it's all about. It's all about getting in position to field a ground ball the right way. You get it in between hop, it's you know, 50-50.
Well, KP was silent for a while because I think he was in shock that I made the play. And then I think the best part was I immediately gave it to a kid sitting right in front of us.
Like you've been there before.
Yeah, like that was, and I was really depressed after I gave it to him. I was like, man, I should have kept that as my own souvenir, reminder of my skill level. Swing and a miss there, 3-2.
Now that I know, I'll make sure I gas you up as much as I can.
See up in the upper right of our screen there, Auburn, UCF, and an elimination game today. Foul tip there. If you had Milwaukee in a regional final, good for you.
2-0 in a
crazy.
regional final.
That is crazy. Auburn and UCF still trying to stay alive. High in the air. Jaffe makes the catch. Boy, that hung up there forever. That's the third out. Nothing on the board for BC, but they lead it 2-0.
His name is Rock Chalowski.
Von Lackey is a superstar.
Daniel Jackson, you were better.
Edwards cooking right now.
Rock Chalowski with power. A laser from Lackey.
Daniel Jackson just went yard.
Edwards fires home. Running three called.
We got real dudes on both sides of the ball.
Some of the stars of the college game. Rock Chalowski out at UCLA. There's one of them right there. Daniel Jackson with his sisters. Dad, they're watching some baseball today. Daniel Jackson 3 for 6 here in this regional with a couple of home runs. And I mean, the fact that he and Von Lackey, who's down at Georgia Tech, are in the same state, an hour from each other, and two of the premier catchers in the country, and both have just put on just dynamite shows all year.
Pretty fun to watch,
Yeah.
right? And how cool is it for his sister to be just hanging out like big bro,
Yeah.
just crushing? I had 2 younger sisters as well when I was here, so they weren't that young, but it's a lot of fun to have them. And pretty good rankings.
Yeah, he's doing okay. Trying to become a 30-30 player, only the second one ever. High chopper off the bat of Silly to short. Solier across the diamond. Errant throw. That one gets past Wang, and Silly will wind up at second base.
Solier gets to it just fine. I think it just a little bit errant on the throw to first. And Wang can't handle it. And Boston College might open the door right now for Liberty to scratch a run. They've got runner in scoring position. Nobody out. See if Liberty plays a little small ball to get back in this game and cut the lead in half.
Here is Kyle Vitston. First pitch he sees, lifts it high in the air to left. To the warning track, Larson there to make the catch, and boy, he just did miss it.
If he hits that ball the last 2 days, it's 100% a home run and a tie ball game. Not today, though. Well struck by Vitston. He's had himself a pretty good tournament, getting on base a lot of walks, and that ball was juiced all the way to the wall.
Liberty trying to push one across here, one out in the inning. Campos, a 9-hole hitter, but the Flames have had a tough time doing just that, pushing runs across. They're 3 for 22 with runners in scoring position this weekend. Hard to win ball games, you keep doing that.
Got to find a way to break through. Sometimes as a team, when that's going on, you just kind of sense it. You got to have a big knock to kind of get that bad taste out of your mouth.
Campos hitting 9th in this lineup, but yet second most home runs out of this group. 11 on the year with 49 runs batted in, which is second, or third, I should say, in this lineup. And Tanner Marsh on deck. Ooh, that just missed inside. The BC faithful thought that was in there for a strike, and now it's 3-0.
I think this is a pretty big batter for Miller, right? You got Marsh on deck. You don't want to see him come up with 2 people on base.
Again, our home plate umpire having a little discussion with the BC dugout this time around. I think they're a little chirping about that last pitch that was off the plate. He's already had a visit with the Liberty dugout.
Well, you were saying that the pitchers can hear everything. Well, apparently everybody can hear everything.
That's a strike. 3-1. Hit him. First and second now as Campos strolls down to first base.
Tanner Marsh coming to the plate. Conference USA Player of the Year. His team's down 2-0 in an elimination game. Big moment for him and a big spot early in this ball game.
And discussion out on the mound. There's nobody up in that Boston College bullpen. There hadn't been a need to the way that this day started for Brady Miller. He was just slicing and dicing folks.
First 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down, and then gets a ground ball, error by the shortstop, and that kind of opens the door a little bit. It changes the dynamic just a fraction. And now 2 people on base with one of the best hitters in this regional coming to the plate.
Hey, the NCAA Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home of all NCAA championships. So here is Tanner Marsh. He of a .337 average, 5 homers and 44 runs batted in. 87 hits this year for Tanner Marsh.
Both base runners 6 for 8 in stolen bases, so pretty good success rate if they go.
Marsh named one of the semifinalists for the Brooks Wallace Award, which goes to the best shortstop in the country.
So Dave, do they have to throw the ball to second base if they step off?
Yeah. And if you, we saw it yesterday, you have to throw it to a
Someone
player,
covering.
right, who is trying to make a play at that bag. That one misses down low. Boy, Miller was just a strike-throwing machine through the first 2 innings, but this particular inning here in the 3rd has not gone his way. He has missed the plate 10 times. He's only thrown 5 strikes.
A little bit more stress on him.
And now they are loaded. So Silly's over at 3rd. Campos is at 2nd, and Marsh stands at 1st for Riley DiCandido.
Liberty has not squared him up. They don't even have a knock yet. They got an opportunity in a big spot right here to break through and potentially tie this baseball game.
To the right side, over the glove of Wang at 1st. 1 run is in. Silly scores. Behind him is Campos. Marsh at 3rd. And we are all tied at 2 here in Athens.
Costly error to start the inning and then a hit by pitch. Both those runs come in to score on just a chopper right down the first baseline by DiCandido. The infield was in the corners. You see this, and that ball just hops right over Wang at first base. A high chopper ties this ball game up. No problem scoring 2, and they're not done yet. No, 1 out, 1st and 3rd.
Jordan Jaffe, 0 for 1. He'll look at a strike, catches the outer half of the plate. Jaffe struck out his first time to end the 1st inning. This is inside. Jaffe 2 for 10 this weekend. A couple of RBIs. 3 strikeouts. Boy, there's one thing I've noticed about Liberty. They are a resilient bunch. They'll fall behind. They don't miss a beat coming back. They did it against Boston College in game 1. They had some opportunities against Georgia. Fell behind 2-0 early, then answered right back in the bottom of the first yesterday to tie it at 2. But then after that, we showed you earlier in the open, they were 1 for their last 25 at the plate over the last 8 innings against the Bulldogs last night.
Finally broke through right there too. Wasn't a screamer by any means, but it got the job done.
That's fouled off the net.
And that could break them loose, right? It's just no hit is cheap as a former hitter,
yeah.
But just a little cheap knock right there, and then they're back in the game, and it feels like they haven't even had their best stuff yet. So that sometimes will jog the team loose, although he just threw it away. And
another run comes in. Tanner Marsh from third will score. And it's now 3-2 Liberty. This has been a meltdown for BC. It started with a Solier error at shortstop. The first batter of this inning set the stage for the 3 runs.
Yeah, a couple errors, one by the shortstop, one by the pitcher. You can see a little snap throw. And nowhere close. Wayne couldn't get it, and that's going to easily score Marsh with DeCandido moving up to second base. Still only 1 out, 1-2 count on the 3-hole hitter Jaffe.
Up and away. Jaffe's produced 2 home runs on the year out of his 71 hits. Foul ball woke up those folks in the front row back there.
Don't need a coffee when you have that. That breaking ball was a little bit better from Miller. Looked like he got that snap back in it. We don't know what we're calling it. We're calling it a slurve and a sweeper.
Or a curving ball.
Or a curving ball, whatever you will. Generally when those...
To me, that's a new pitch you created.
A curving ball?
Yeah, that's a curving ball.
A lot of time as a utility player in the big leagues.
Line base hit. That almost caught DeCandido, and they bobble it, and he'll be able to score. It scoots all the way out to the warning track. Jaffe all the way to third. A 4-run inning so far for Liberty. And defensive miscues have cost the Eagles. 4-2 our score.
DeCandido almost got his head taken off at second base. He didn't know where to go. This ball was hunting him before it made it to the outfield. Good thing he got out of the way. Look at that knuckleball right at him. Watch out. Okay, gotta go. Whoa. He didn't know where the shortstop was and then scores easily. The left fielder, Larson, ends up kicking that ball more to center field. I think it's going to be a double and a error on the left fielder is my guess to get Jaffe to third.
He actually scored it a triple.
Okay, all right. Well, triple works
As
too.
a hitter, you certainly.
Absolutely. A little extra slug.
Yeah. Four runs on just 2 hits. There have been 2 errors. And now there is some slow-moving activity in that BC bullpen area. Players just ran down there a moment ago. They are not even remotely close. Only 1 out in the inning.
And if you're Boston College, listen, you find a way to get out of this inning here 4-2. You're still very much in this game. but they got to bear down.
Shot foul into that BC dugout. The 4 seed Long Island, first team eliminated from this Athens regional. Swing and a miss there, and that'll be out number 2. As Jackson Sorensen can't hit the little spinner. Here's Nick Barone now to the plate. Nick Barone, a transfer from West Virginia, out of the second season with Liberty. Liberty folks didn't think that was a strike, but it's on the board as one. 12 homers and 56 runs batted in. Well, he came into this regional red hot. 7 of his last 18 had a couple of home runs. This one's gonna drop in for a base hit and then spins toward the wall, and Barone going to second. Here's the throw, and he's in there safely. That ball had so much spin on it. Once it hit the turf, it kicked all the way over there to the warning track area near the BC bullpen.
Talk about being able to throw one exactly where you want it. That gets absolutely handcuffed right there, and then just a little lob shot down the right field line. That's going to be enough to score Jaffe, and then an easy double for Barone, and Liberty is taking control of this ball game 5-2.
That's going to score as a double.
It's a beauty.
And
Absolute beauty. You take them all.
I missed the exit velocity on that one, but it had to be somewhere in the neighborhood of low 70s, high 60s.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. In a day and age.
Expected batting average of maybe 100.
Yeah, if that. In the day and age when balls are leaving these bats in college over 100 miles an hour consistently, that gets you a double. Crazy game. Swafford looks at a strike.
Well, what's also crazy is how many opportunities they had with men in scoring position to start this tournament.
Right.
And struggled. And then the last 3 guys that have come up with guys in scoring position, they're 3 for 3, and they've scored 5 runs.
Three and one on Swafford. Pitch count closing in on 60.
It's been a long bottom of the 3rd. Could have been shorter.
2 errors.
Couple miscues.
Yep.
And Liberty's taking advantage. Tip your cap.
Swafford 0 for 1. Making 1 for 2. They're going to send Barone. The tag is put on, and the inning is over. Boy, Larson came up ready to throw in left field, and they nailed Barone at the plate. We will talk with Bradley LaCroix when we come back. Big 5-run inning.
Pretty good job right here. Liberty finding a way to put 5 across and take a stranglehold on this game.
taken the lead, a 5 spot in the third. It's now 5-2, top of the fourth inning. Dave Neal, Gordon Beckham, and now Bradley LaCroix with a headset on in the dugout. Coach, we've seen it time and time again, man. It's just, it's crazy. This team doesn't seem rattled by anything. In terms of like where you are as a team right now in this environment, elimination game, what's the attitude been like with your group?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, obviously, quick turnaround from yesterday when we played hard, we competed, we just didn't play good enough to beat a really good team. Kind of sleepwalked the first couple innings, but obviously got something going there.
Yeah, Coach, struggling a little bit with runners in scoring positions. You finally get a couple of cheap knocks and it breaks loose. How does that energize your team?
Yeah, you know how it is. I mean, you get one hit and it kind of like releases all the tension and the pressure from the dugout, and then we just kept pounding on.
What's expected from Jackson Lucas?
Try to go one more, then we'll kind of get it to our bullpen.
Okay, good deal. Thank you,
All right,
Bradley. Appreciate
thanks.
you.
Appreciate it.
See if they can indeed get one more out of Jackson Lucas, as he'll face Luke Gallo, who will be interesting if he puts a ball in play. We've talked about him just kind of hobbling around here since he was at third base. And came back defensively last inning and just didn't look right. So we shall see if he's able to get one and have to make a move down to first baseline.
Yeah, well, positive for him is he didn't get any action in the field really, so didn't have to test it. But you're right, if he hits something on the ground that he's got to find his way down to first base, we're going to have to take a look.
But it's 3-1.
Tell you what, if Boston College does lose him, though, that's a big, big miss in that lineup. He's a freshman, but he's been very good this year.
Gallo hitting .325 in his freshman year. Fouls that one off. Sharply hit and foul. Gallo doubled and scored his first time up. Now forcing the 8th pitch of this at-bat. Shoots it foul into the BC bullpen. Gallo battling again. Third baseman came to school as a shortstop. But Solier there, they just weren't going to move him and had to find a spot for Gallo. That's how impressed they were with him. Speaking of shortstops, Tanner Marsh makes it look easy, and we see a hobbling Gallo again. I don't think it's enough to keep him out of the game, but he is clearly not right.
He's frustrated too. Yep. It's always frustrating when you're playing a game, you got some sort of thing bugging you, and it's hampering how you compete and how your thought process sometimes moves to that injury versus just competing on the field. Can be frustrating, understandably.
Kyle Wolf. He looks at ball one up in the zone. Kyle 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up today. That hit him. Now I was going to say it looked like it hit him in his hand, but usually, guys, you'll see that that leaves a mark on the hand, but he didn't even flinch until he got down. I was like, my goodness, how does he handle that? But
I think it grazed him, you know. I think that sometimes when those balls hit off the edge of your hand, kind of the top, it's not as bad. But no, that one hit off of his padding on his right side of his hand. That is not a fun place to get hit. Must be a pretty tough guy, because you or I might be
that's what I was waiting for.
Removing ourselves from the game.
All I saw was a little bitty shake on the hand. It wasn't much. First pitch to Gunnar Johnson, popped him up center field, and Campos there to make the catch.
I got hit by 95 right on that pad one time, and I couldn't swing the bat for 2 weeks.
Oh, gosh.
So for him to stay in the game, have no problem, pretty tough guy.
Wearing it well. Colin Larson. He singled his first time up. Just a moment ago made a nice defensive play out in left field to nail a runner at the plate to end the inning.
Great throw by him. Really stopped the bleeding. Got their offense back up to the bat rack, which they desperately needed. They also desperately need to find a way to scratch a run, start eating into that lead by Liberty.
Just saw that big time. I mean, that was big league baseball type zoom from our camera, that low camera we just showed. Did you see that thing? That was a long, wide focus right back. That was great.
Beautiful.
Brian over there. Guys, man, listen, we talk about us being tired. Our crew.
They have to listen to us all the day.
That's
all
probably
day.
the most painful
That's
thing
right.
of the day. Talk about, some people might think lack of sleep, but that part, but these guys have been great. Everybody, the men and women of our crew here have been fantastic all weekend. This is a grind, folks. We love it, but it is a long, long weekend. And kudos to all those on our crew. Carter Hendrickson coming to the plate. Two down in the inning, and we talked to Bradley LaCroix a few minutes ago, I guess, and he was talking about Jackson Lucas on the mound. Just really wanted to get him through this inning and then kind of piece it together out of that bullpen. You'll need to get Carter Hendrickson with 2 on here, 2 outs in the inning. Starts him off with a strike. High in the air, but that's going to be foul into the seats. Lucas's line isn't bad at all. 3 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs. One of those a home run.
Got to be careful with throwing another breaker to Hendrickson because he got away with one right there. Hendrickson took a big hack, fouled it off, and Lucas getting away with it. Now he's up in the count, 0-2. Pretty big spot right here for both Liberty and Boston College.
Did he go? I thought we were going to check.
They're not going to
down
check. They don't want to check.
Yeah.
But that was a much better slider, down and away. Curveball, whatever you want to call it. Got a check swing, but Hendrickson was able to hold up.
Fastball off the plate. Quickly, it's even at 2-2.
Playing Hendrickson to pull. He got 3 infielders on the left side of the infield. Wide open spot right straight up second base. So if Hendrickson was able to guide a ground ball over there, it's going to score 1.
Swing and a miss. Lucas fired up after the strikeout to strand a couple of Eagle runners. It is 5-2 Liberty. We'll talk to Todd Interdonato, head coach of BC, when we come back. And welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Dave Neal, Gordon Beckham, and Todd Interdonato joining us now down in that BC dugout. Coach got off to a good start, a little sloppy last inning. Focus now rest of the way. How do you try to get some runs?
Yeah, our phrase in here is you can always start playing good baseball, right? It doesn't have to be the next day, just can be the next at-bat. So we just got to start playing good baseball. 3 missed plays in that last inning, 2 free passes. That's just kind of what happens in this game. So we got to start playing good baseball from here.
Coach, Miller's been pretty good. I mean, obviously some bad luck on where those balls landed, but how do you keep him in the game, and how long does he have?
Yeah, I think we just needed to reset him in between those innings. He said he felt really good. I thought his execution early was really good. We've seen him adjust after an inning like that. We have seen him come back and then put it up. Best example is Virginia Tech in the ALS game. He was really struggling those first 2 innings, ended up going 4 scoreless after that. So we need a rebound right here from him.
All right, buddy, well, let's get back to business. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it was so sharp the first few innings of this game. I mean, like, really just locked in, and then things got a little squirrely. Didn't help, as coach said, you know, a couple of walks, some defensive miscues, 3 misplayed balls. And he was, between innings, we're talking to the headset, and he's like, you know, I said something about how some of those hits they got. I mean, they weren't exactly barreled, and he says, we don't look at that. We got to be better on our end.
Well, he doesn't have to look at it, but I'll say it. You know, I mean, and it's one of those things. You know, I totally understand his concept. Hey, we don't believe in bad luck, but ultimately, when you hit a ball like like a chopper down the right, the first baseline, it goes over the first baseman's head. That's bad luck. You know, whether you like it or not, and. A couple of those hits, obviously a couple of the balls that Liberty hit, they hit hard. So it wasn't just softly hit baseballs, but there were 2 that were important. They were softly hit, got some runs home.
It's a little blooper that had a ton of spin on it just over Wang's head at first base that spun 30 yards to the right once it hit the turf. That got another run in.
Yeah, just a nice little fade down the line.
He had to look at both of those, the little chopper over his head and then the little blooper over his head.
He's probably thinking after the inning, what do I got to do?
Right. Landon Silly has an even count at 2-2. Popped him up. Solier makes the catch, 1 down. Just to put it in perspective, that's what the first 2 innings looked like. 4 strikeouts, no hits, and then in the 3rd inning, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, and only 1 strikeout.
Yeah, he just was a little bit just not as sharp in the 3rd inning. Early, he had that slider that he was making great pitches on.
Yeah.
He didn't have the same bite on that slider, curve, slurve. We've gone back and forth about 4 times so far in this game, but looks like he's a little bit better, and that is a really good slider. So might have found that feel for that release point in this 4th inning. He didn't have it in the 3rd, but it seems like it's back.
Goes back to it, and this one's hit in the air out to right center. That'll be out number 2. Just kept floating back and back and back. Had a little carry on it.
And Minolfi ran all the way out to center field to get the relay throw.
I know. What was he? 20 feet away.
I'm not sure. Manolfi, as soon as it was hit, literally just takes off as if he wanted to be moral support.
You got this, you got this, you got this.
Save your arm, I got it.
Here's Josh Campos.
There's some beauties in college baseball.
That's a good pitch. Looked like that would have been a strike regardless. He checked down to first, and they said he did swing. Brady Miller came in with a 2-3 record and an ERA just under 6, making his 13th start of the season. Out to right field. Toomey back to the wall. It's out of here. Campos with his 12th home run of the season. It is now 6-2 Liberty.
Just when you thought Miller was going to get out of this inning, no problem. Campos, definitely some juice at the bottom of the lineup, and he shows it right here, going oppo onto the edge of Kudzu Hill.
Well, I tell you what, that ball was not barreled up like some of those that we have seen in this tournament that have left the yard. That was 92 miles an hour and the first home run of the tournament for Liberty. That is just a short pin. I mean, that's the reality. It's 314 feet down the line. That might be 320 to get it out where he hit it.
And Campos is thinking, I don't care.
I don't care how short it is. That's a home run.
It's a
I
home
just
run.
touched them all. Right.
That's right. touch the pillows. I'll never forget, I was in AAA Tacoma, and I hit a ball the opposite way, 98 off the bat or something like that, and our stat person in the bus said, yeah, I didn't even get over 100 miles per hour off the bat. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'll give it back.
I'm like, how many home runs have you hit,
right,
sir?
Let me give that one back to you then if I didn't hit it hard enough. Right. That is a foul ball. Marsh almost had himself a double.
Going back to the homer, Campos, it's a fastball, middle of the plate, and you can see he just didn't hit it as well as he probably could have, but it's enough to get over the right field wall, and a big run, adding another run on the heels of a really big inning. So Liberty doing it in the bottom of the third and the bottom of the fourth.
Now tied for the team lead in home runs. I don't think he even realized that was going to be out of the ballpark the way he took off out of the batter's box. Marsh fouls that one out of play. Boy, what a luxury to have a guy like Campos hitting ninth. Getting close to 270 now with a dozen homers, 50 runs batted in, 13 doubles.
Watch out down there.
Ball was smoked pretty well.
Not sure if that's the team videographer or who that is, but
Rachel down there.
watch out, Rachel.
Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. But Liberty able to pick up another run on the Campos home run.
Campos going the opposite way to add another run for Liberty. It's a big one, 6-2.
My fixation.
The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
We'll have a new champion this year in 2026. Will it be the Georgia Bulldogs? They are the #1 seed here in the Athens Regional, #3 overall seed. They are still one win away from advancing. They will take on the winner of this game between Boston College and Liberty in a regional final, but whoever faces Georgia will have to beat them twice if they want to advance to a super. Tell you what, the Bulldogs, though, their pitching has been fantastic. Defensively, among the best in the country, and of course, lead the country in home runs, top 5 in batting average. I mean, it's been crazy how good they've been all the way around.
It really has. Whoever plays them, as you said, is going to have their hands full.
Julio Solier will lead things off for Boston College.
Yeah, here's Jake Potts, senior from Glen Mills, Pennsylvania, 6'3", 200 pounds. Pretty good arm. First one at 93, 3-2 with a 5.18 ERA. He'll take it from here.
They got 4 decent innings out of Jackson Lucas. Probably what Jackson probably would have liked that pitch count. 20 less and could have bought himself another inning, but 86 pitches, leaves with a couple of strikeouts, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. One of those runs, the home run, off the #2 hole hitter, Ty Manolfi.
Threw a lot of pitches, but I think he was pretty effective. Seemed like he didn't have the best feel for it early on, first and second inning, and then kind of found it in third and fourth inning and limited base runners.
Busts him inside and misses. And Solier excited about the free pass to start the inning. Here's Ty Manolfi, he of a home run back in the first. 1 for 2 today. Average at 323. Sophomore out of Staten Island, New York. Started his college career at Dayton. Now in his first season at Boston College. He has just been consistent out of the gates for this team. He's been hitting over 300 since the season started. Came in a little bit of a slump, but still hitting over 300. His average never been below 300. Swing and a miss there, 1 and 2. Former hockey player in high school. Grinder.
We'll see if he's still got the power stroke going. Be a good time for a two home run game.
Runner goes. Here's a chopper. They get one there. Marsh over to first. Oh boy, he and Solier having some words. Our two shortstops going at it. Solier just popped up and got right in the face of Marsh. Boy, what a play by Tanner Marsh to not lose focus with Solier bearing down on him at the back.
Yeah, I mean, Solier definitely slid right into him. Major contact at second base, and Marsh still made the play. He's going on the play, so it's going to be close. And honestly, Solier's just sliding into the bag because he was already stealing. Nothing wrong there, but you do see the spike come up.
Well, the left hand also grabbed a leg, if you saw that.
Left hand comes up, and I'm sure Marsh didn't appreciate that. Solier, pretty passionate kid, and both these guys not backing down, both really good shortstops. Can't be grabbing legs. You can go into the bag, which he initially did, but anything else is no bueno. But a really good play by Marsh. Let's watch it again. Yeah. Automatically was going to get an out at first because of that. The umpire, Chris Ward, saw it.
Boy, look at that left leg came up really high.
Yep.
There was a
Spikes.
lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right there. Maybe some ill intent. Don't want to say that was it, but sure seems like wanted to go hard in the bag and maybe a little bit too much extra.
Boy, in the big league, somebody comes up like that with their cleats in right around your thigh level. You got some serious issues.
There'll be some serious issues, absolutely. It more so at the beginning of my career when it was legal to take people out. Now you have to slide into the bag. You're still allowed contact as long as that second baseman or shortstop is around the bag. But ultimately, they've tried to do away with that, keep injuries to a minimum.
Bradley LaCroix is standing on the third baseline waiting for some kind of discussion to see if there wasn't some sort of issue with the Solier slide. That was a dangerous play.
I don't disagree with you.
It's been determined we had interference at second base. The runner at second is out. The runner at first is out.
Well, they were out anyway. I think I'm surprised that the term malicious contact wasn't brought up in that discussion, which is kind of the verbiage in the rule book.
Yep. The problem is not him going hard into the bag. The problem is the cleats come up, and then the grab from his left hand to try to influence the throw from Marsh, and it does influence the throw from Marsh, but to Marsh's credit, still makes the play even with all of that. He's getting tackled at second base and still managed to hit the receiver going across the middle of the infield.
The fact that Marsh able to complete that play, though, heck of a job by him. You can see why he was the Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year. Nick Wang now with 2 outs.
And with all the conversation, we totally forgot Potts gets the ground ball, double play, and really puts Liberty back in the driver's seat in this top of the 5th inning.
Over to first. Sorensen will step on the bag, and that'll be the inning. It is 6-2 Liberty. Well, this is what happened a moment ago as Julio Solier slides into second trying to break up a double play. Cleat comes up, left hand goes out, trips up Marsh. Marsh still makes the play, and then between innings as they were changing directions, this is Todd Interdomato talking to his shortstop about that last play.
Yeah, I think he's probably saying, listen, I love you playing hard, but it's got to be within reason here. You know, there's a world where if they go review this, you might be out of the game. We need you on the field. Keep it in check.
So he'll have to get his focus back in a 6-2 game. Riley DeCandido steps to the plate. What do we got now?
Well, as they figure it out.
A lot of meetings going on.
A lot of meetings. I would like to tell Jet and Bodie Beckham, who are watching right now, hello from me and Dave.
I wonder what this is all about. And now we've got somebody running down. I don't think that has anything to do with the discussion. And Bradley LaCroix again out to the third baseline. Trying to get some answers.
The umpiring crew is issuing unsportsmanlike warnings to both teams. Any further actions will result in an ejection.
Well, there you go. That answers our question. It's been a little chippy since we started, verbally anyway, and then we Had that last play a moment ago. And there's the 1-1 to DeCandido. That misses.
So what's the process there, Dave? Is that NCAA?
I was in there first. Did they give him a strike or a ball on that last pitch? Strike, 1 and 2 to count. What was that?
So what's the process? Is NCAA reviewing that and then it comes down all of a sudden?
I'm just glad we have microphones on our umpires to kind of get some clarification. Swing and a miss. That'll be out number 1 with that strikeout. DeCandido goes down. I was at a super regional 2 years ago. Florida and Clemson, one of the great regionals I've ever been a part of. But we had so much going on and we had no communication. We were lost. It was an extra inning affair. It was just a crazy game, unbelievable game. But so it was great that the NCAA and college baseball in general has gotten some microphones on our umpires to help kind of clarify certain situations like we just went through. There's a strike to Jordan Jaffe. As soon as we got to the ballpark today, a lot of energy out of that Boston College dugout. They were certainly vocal, and I think it trickled over to Liberty, and we have had some excitement here at Foley Field. There's another strike to Jaffe, who's 1 for 2 today. A big 5-run third inning for Liberty. The Flames, 42 wins, second most in program history. They went 21-9 in Conference USA. Finished second in the regular season. That ball shot out to right off the bat of Jaffe. This one is out of here. A triple and now a home run for the 3-hole hitter.
Cycle watch.
It is 7-2 Flames.
Well, I think Liberty found the jet stream. They've hit 2 home runs today, and both have been to right field. Another one that was 92.5 off the bat, and it finds the seats out there, just stays inside of it, gets a good amount of that baseball, and 7-2.
So you don't have to hit him 108 miles an hour to get him out of here. We've had back-to-back Liberty home runs at 92 miles an hour in the same spot.
Hard to believe, but those balls are leaving the yard.
Campos hit one last inning. 1-1 the count to Jackson Sorensen. Sorensen ground out and a strikeout. Lays off that pitch, 2-2. Sorensen's average at 248. Fastball misses inside by a tick, and it's 3-2. Boston College faithful not happy that that wasn't a strike. That is a strike. That'll be out number 2, and 2 strikeouts this inning. That is now 8 Ks for Miller.
94th pitch by Miller. It's a little cutter and gets underneath the bat of Jackson. He didn't know what pitch that was as he was looking at the scoreboard to see what mile per hour it was. It was the cutter. A little bit of a wrinkle. He's been throwing the slower curving ball.
The curving ball.
And went with a little bit faster breaker in the cutter.
Here's Nick Barone, 1 for 2 today, 2 outs in the inning now. Big swing and a miss. Well, he's found himself a little rhythm with that pitch.
It's been his best pitch all day. Pretty good sequence right there too. Slider down and in, great spot, and then down and away to that right-handed hitter Barone. Changeup. Both pitches well located.
The 0-2. That one's down. Boy, Brady Miller doesn't get on that rubber until he's ready. We have seen many batters just stand in the batter's box. That one's popped up. That's going to be into the stands. But Miller's been funny. Like, batter gets in there 15, 18 seconds, ready to go, ready to hit. They don't have to be eyes up and ready until 8 seconds, but Liberty hitters get in there ready to go. But Miller's the one that's kind of slow playing things out there. He doesn't get on that rubber for a while, just kind of taking his time.
Yeah, you're right, he does.
First time I've seen a pitcher do that this year. Swing and a miss, it works.
Seems to be effective, Dave.
Yeah. He is now tied a season high with 9 strikeouts, but he did give up a home run.
He did. Jordan Jaffe going the other way, finding the jet stream, and the Liberty Flames are up 7-2.
Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, starting June 12th. The madness will begin for the national championship. 8 teams. Georgia, of course, trying to get back there for the first time since '08. They were able to bring home the championship back in 1990. And you see Omaha's success for the Southeastern Conference. 7 titles in the last 10 World Series. The rest of Division I, 3 titles and 7 appearances. I mean, it's just been total SEC domination basically the last decade. You had a chance, obviously, to go to the College World Series, but you played at Rosenblatt. You didn't get to play as a college player there, but you've been to the Charles Schwab and with the
Tigers.
Tigers went there. But
Yep.
what did you think of the ballpark in general from a hitter's perspective?
I thought I was going to really dislike the ballpark because you didn't see as many home runs, but when I actually got to the ballpark and saw it, I was like, this is actually really a special place. I mean, the ballpark's laid out just perfectly. Definitely a bigger pitcher's park than Rosenblatt was, but just as special. I mean, just a ton of great seats and not a bad seat in the house, really. So I was actually really impressed. I didn't want to like it, but I did.
From a hitting perspective, though, I know you didn't play in that game that day, but you're able to take some BP. What do you think about the way the ball travels and plays fair or not? That one's shot out to center field, but that'll be handled out there by Campos.
Yeah, I think it plays a lot more fair than Rosenblatt did. Depending on where you were at Rosenblatt, you could hit a ball down a line and all of a sudden it just takes off. I think Charles Schwab Field, it's just much bigger, and the dimensions are all pretty standard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you've got similar dimensions in right and left field, so no hitter's advantage, whether righty or lefty.
A lot of foul ball territory.
But it's a special place. Yeah, it is a special place, though.
Ground ball off the bat of Gallo, and that'll be in there for a base hit, right underneath the glove of Swafford.
When these guys are dreaming of glory before the season starts, it always ends in Omaha. And to realize that dream, to be able to find a way through a regional, through a super regional, and get your name called on the line there in Omaha it's a win. You obviously, it doesn't mean you're taking home the trophy, but it is what everybody shoots for all year long. All roads lead to Omaha.
That was good. You did a good job. He sold that really well. All roads lead to Omaha. The road to Omaha.
Thank you, Dave. Means a lot coming from a guy like you.
That's solid. This is what we're playing for. First regional final for Boston College in 3 years, 5 years for Liberty. Kyle Wolf 0 for 1 today. And hit by a pitch. In the 6th inning, getting a little bit late in this 7-2 game. Boston College going to have to start chipping away at this. I don't know to say that they're not built for the big inning. Would probably not be the correct way to say it, but they aren't a big inning team.
Yeah. Bird ball isn't going to play very well when you're down 5. They've got to find a way to get some knocks and some runners on. Running out of outs, Dave.
Boston College this weekend, though, has hit 6 home runs for a team that's hit 40 all year coming in to the regional. That one's fouled out of play. They have 5 wins, trailing by 4 or more runs. This is a team, listen, got off to a great start. Up until about 3 weeks ago, they were in the discussion to host a regional, but at the end of the regular season, finally ended up losing 7 of their last 8 games. Came in here limping a bit. Georgia Tech and North Carolina, though, garnered much of the headlines in the ACC. North Carolina's pitching just fantastic. Georgia Tech's offense has just been off the charts. Kind of overshadowed some of the other storylines like Boston College in the ACC this year. Got a feeling that that man's team's going to be in the NCAA tournament quite a few times down the road.
Yeah, he's very motivational. Fun to talk to, always engaged. Not any excuses.
He doesn't play that game.
No, he does not. Kind of love that.
Get it done.
No excuse.
Doesn't care what it looks like, just make it happen. 3-2 pitch to Wolf. Battling here. That is a called third strike. Out number 2. These teams have both been warned. They got to be careful.
A little bit of a late call here. It might have been because the catcher, Vitson, just popped up. That looks like a strike to me. But I think that Vitson thought that the runner was going, and Gallo did not go. That's why Vitson jumped up, thinking he might have to throw to second.
Here's Gunnar Johnson. Boston College catcher today has singled and walked. He's able to walk, singled and fly out. Giving him credit for Colin Larson's walk. Can't be doing that. Johnson's average, 254 now. Told that story a few times, but again, if you're just joining us, I'm a young man, crazy that he's here in this regional when he and Daniel Jackson were teammates together at Wofford, and Daniel, as a freshman, actually got on the field because Gunnar Johnson got a little banged up, and away they went. Ground ball over to third. Jaffe. They'll get the out, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing for BC, heading to the bottom of the 6th here in Athens.
Brady Miller was excellent today early, and then lost it a little bit in the 3rd inning. But other than that, he was actually pretty solid on the mound, throwing that breaking ball. He had great feel for it the majority of the day. He just, 1 inning, a few miscues, 5 earned runs after 3 earned runs in that 3rd. Only walked 1, struck out 9, so you could see why that curveball was working. That was a big part of those 9 Ks, and he'll give way to a reliever, Sean Hard, senior, 6'5", 210 pounds, 3-1 with a 4.56 ERA, 16th appearance on the season, giving up 21 hits and 25 innings pitched.
Those 21 walks and 25 2/3 kind of get your attention, but still able to manage it with a decent ERA. And he'll look at a first. Ethan Swafford will look at a first pitch strike. Swafford strike out in the ground and a single today. 1 for 2. Now Now hitting .274 on the year with a couple of home runs. Liberty won the first meeting between these two teams here in Athens, 4-3. Boston College took a lead in the bottom of the 8th. Liberty came back, scored 2 in the top of the 9th to take that 4-3 lead, and then held off the Eagles for the win. And how did Todd Interdonato describe it? A throat punch?
That's exactly how he described it.
Called strike 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
First K on the day for Hard. First batter he's faced. Top of the zone, gets the call. And it's out number 1 here in the top of the, bottom of the 6th. They're wearing the white. It's obvious.
Seven runs on 6 hits for Liberty today. Two very costly errors back in that 3rd inning for Boston College. Quickly 3-0 on Silly. This place ought to be just jam-packed tonight. Georgia takes the field against the winner of this one with an opportunity to clinch a spot in a super regional. Be right back here next weekend. Those super regionals are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and those have not been defined as of yet. This Athens Regional. How about 2 home runs in the last 6 ABs? Didn't have any in their first 73. Balls have been flying out of here like crazy, but Liberty hadn't joined the party till today.
Yeah, and today's probably the hardest day to hit them. As the wind's blowing straight in, it's cloudy, it's dropped about 10 to 15 degrees.
I mean, that flag is literally now straight in at us.
And the only place that the ball seems to be traveling today is where that flag is pointing, which is the right field corner. And that's where the two home runs from Liberty have left the yard.
Boy, all of a sudden, Sean Hard has lost it. Gets the strikeout to start the inning. That is foul. 1-2. You know, we haven't seen Liberty run much either. They're a team that likes to get going, put a little pressure on you.
Not a lot of that.
Tanner Marsh has 23 bags. DeCandido with a dozen. You got Barone with 19. Silly, who's over at first base, 6 of 8.
Some foul balls here. The Diamond Darlings generally take care of those down the line. My sister Gwen used to be a Diamond Darling back in the day, and potentially my sister Grace. I don't remember, I wasn't here at that point, but I think she carried on the family legacy.
I cannot believe you don't know if she was a Diamond Dog.
We're not going to mention that.
Boy, they had the shift on, and that is going to be a base hit in left center, and they'll have him at second and third. Vidston with the base knock with 1 out. And now that'll take us to the 9-hole hitter, Josh Campos, whose last time to the plate looked like this.
Yeah, resulted in a home run. We were talking about where he hit it, right field corner, and that ball took off as it got into the outfield. He's got another big opportunity to really blow this game open for the Flames. You'll see Boston College, their infield will come in about halfway to cut down the run there at third base. Can't allow too many more of those to score if they want to win.
Campos has been hit by a pitch in that home run, his 12th of the year, to tie Nick Barone. Liberty has hit 57 home runs as a team. Put that in perspective here in Athens. Georgia's had 163, which, by the way, is now third all-time in the history of college baseball.
That lineup is scary.
LSU with 188 and 97, Tennessee with 184 in 2024, and 163 by the Dogs here in 2026. Liberty's been really good with runners in scoring position today, 4 for 6. That has been their issue in this regional. But not today. Ground ball, infield in, play at the plate. There's the throw, there's the tag, and they got him at home. So Silly is nailed at the plate.
Great play by Manolfi, nice throw. Silly's nailed it at the plate, and then Vincent did not go to thirds and stayed to second. So a base running miscue by the runner at second base.
Are you okay with him trying to make it home from third?
Yeah, they're going on contact right there. So that's decided before the ball is hit. Said, hey, on contact, on the ground, we're going. And so the second base runner knows that. And so as soon as that ball's hit, he's just got to go too. And hope that they throw to third base to try to get him out. Because then you steal a run. The only way this becomes an issue, though, is if there's a pass ball or if there's a base hit that he doesn't score on.
Over to third. We'll go to second there and get out of the inning. Good job by BC. That could have been trouble. Second and third, only one out, but nothing going on for Liberty. Hey, and welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. It has been an overcast, windy, cool day here in Athens, Georgia, after what has been kind of a soggy, humid, warm regional. Things turned overnight. As you said, you're not. I've got a little
I'm not
pullover.
prepared.
Yeah, you said you could be a little more comfortable. Yeah. I said, are you cold? And you go, no, I could be a little more comfortable. But it is what it is. We're going to play through it.
I think I'll take this over the alternative.
Yes. Yeah. After between games, when you came back into the booth and
pouring sweat.
Yeah, you were
seeing some old friends.
A little drippy. I was like, did he go for a jog, or that's just how you work?
I think they call it yogging. It's a soft J.
Right. Colin Larson. To start things off for Boston College, again, it's a 7-2 game, top of the 7th inning. .92 from Potts. 2 innings of work for Potts, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk of the 7 batters he has faced. Boston College bullpen. A busy area right now. A lot of guys just taking off those coats, getting warmed up. It's going to be all hands on deck when you're down 7-2. There is no looking back at this point.
You got to rub in the fact they have coats too. I'm up here shivering. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I've noticed it's been a little quiet at times.
Rubbing my legs.
Yeah, I know. A lot of things going on. Popped him up. That might slice out of play. Good look at those new seats added recently down that left field line here at Foley Field. Part of a massive renovation down there with the baseball complex. There's the Georgia bullpen in there. Boy, they've got one of those pitching labs down there. Got great cages now.
We've also got a hitting lab, Dave.
I think there's a name on there. Did I recognize that?
It's in pretty big red and black letters.
Yeah. The Gordon Beckham hitting lab. It's always, I'm an old school guy. It's like, it's hard to say like a hitting lab. They're cages to me. I know there's technology in there, but that's how I always refer to it. But since your name's on there, would you like me to refer to it as a hitting lab?
Well, it's my lab. So.
Okay. There it is. There it is.
You know, Todd Interdonato is trying to get in the other day, and they couldn't find a way in. I was in there with a friend of mine and his son. We were taking a couple of hacks, and I opened up the sliding door via the, open, close, stop, mechanical door. And he's like, you would know how to get into your own lab.
Right.
I'm like, yes, I would.
Well, good thing you were there.
It was the first time I've ever used that, but I managed to figure it out.
Again, it's still a cage to me. Sorry.
Yeah, the Gordon Beckham batting cages.
Doesn't have the same ring
Doesn't
as
have the
hitting
same,
lab.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. These days it's a lab. It used to be just a worn out room.
Yeah, that's what it was.
With rips in the turf.
Oh yeah, and you hope there weren't any rips in the net.
Right.
Surrounding the cages.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, you had patched holes in the net around the cages, just trying to survive.
That one misses to Carter Hendrickson. Carter hitting 9th in this lineup, 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a strikeout. Boston College has only struck out 4 times as a team. Meanwhile, Liberty has 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, you would think with those numbers, Dave, it'd be a little bit more lopsided in the opposite direction, but Liberty's found a way to take advantage of some miscues. They put some runs on the board they probably didn't deserve, but they've taken advantage.
That'll be ball 4, and with 1 out, Hendrickson will make his way down to first base, and the lineup flips to Julio Solier. The first 2 games, Boston College top 4 hitters combined for 11 to go 11 for 19, or 11 of 19 hits from that top half of the order. Meanwhile, just 1 hit from the top 4. Solier is 0 for 2 with a walk. You got Manolfi with the home run. He's 1 for 3. Nick Wang is 0 for 2 with a walk. Solier at 357. 3 homers and 34 RBIs, but 2 of those home runs right here in Athens.
Yeah, both home runs in big spots in the first game against Liberty. They were down 2-0 for the majority of the game, but he chipped away. Solier did a home run earlier, and then later in the game, he hit another solo shot to tie it up.
To the right side, Swafford over to first. That'll be 2 down. That'll get Hendrickson to second base. Boy, I thought for a minute that was going to find that hole. They had him played up the middle, but Swafford quickly gets to it.
You know, 1 run might not be the difference in this game, but it sure would go a long way for Boston College to be able to scratch one here in the top of the 7th, eat away at that lead a little bit, get a little bit of momentum going into the bottom of the inning. If they can't scratch a run here, they only got 6 outs to work with, and they're down 5.
Ground ball to first, fielded by Sorensen, and nice job by Jake Potts and the Liberty Flames, heading to the bottom of the 7th. Georgia Bulldogs waiting for an opponent at 5 o'clock Eastern time. They will begin their quest to win this regional here in Athens. They'll get the winner of Boston College and Liberty. This regional paired with the Starkville regional, by the way. Mississippi State 2-0, and they are awaiting their opponent because at 3 o'clock Eastern time, Cincinnati and Louisiana will decide who plays the Bulldogs later tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Well, that would be some kind of scenario if you get Mississippi State coming here to Athens in a super regional.
I think there's a lot of people that expect that to happen. Even talking to some of the UGA alumni yesterday, there is a sense that if that did happen, that would be a war, both sides. And UGA has already beaten Mississippi State 4 times.
Yeah.
So they'd have to beat them 6 times to get to Omaha. That's not an easy feat.
That was the weekend earlier this year when Georgia went to Starkville and swept Mississippi State. That I think the rest of college baseball started, those that don't necessarily follow the SEC, I think those around the country began to think, okay, there's something going on in Athens now that we need to pay attention to.
Well, it was one of those things, too, where most of those games they were losing. So they were like, they were going to lose those games until they were winning all of a sudden, and they won late. So Mississippi State, that's a good test for them and the Bulldogs if that indeed happens.
Down goes DeCandido on a 2-2 fastball, first out of the inning. strikeout for Sean Hart. This is what happened in the 5th inning for Jordan Jaffe.
Jaffe going the other way. They found the jet stream earlier with Campos, and Jaffe says, that's a smart idea. I'll do that as well.
Jaffe 2 for 3 today.
Got a little bit of a cycle watch. Home run and a triple. He got the 2 hardest ones out of the way.
One and 2 the count. Ground ball to the right side. They're going to say foul ball. Ground ball left side, base hit for Jaffe. He's had a heck of a game, 3 for 4 at the plate. And there's the single. Now he's going to have to hope his guys can get on base, give him another shot maybe.
Yeah, because as it stands right now, he's not going to be hitting in the bottom of the 9th.
He's going to need some activity here in the next, this inning and perhaps in the 8th if he wants to chase down that cycle. Jackson Sorensen, a couple of strikeouts his last 2 times to the plate. Also a ground out today. Sharply hit, but foul.
I find it hard to believe how deep Manolfi is playing on a potential double play situation here. I mean, he is 5-6 steps in the outfield, maybe more. I guess they're just playing for one.
Swing from Sorensen. 1 and 2 the count. Boy, hit him right on his elbow pad. A 1-2 pitch.
Liberty been hit by a lot of pitches, 106 this year, 2nd in Conference USA.
Hey, the NCAA Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home of all NCAA championships. The baseball championship trophy to be handed out June 21st or 22nd, depending if that's a 2 or 3 game championship series in Omaha. But it'll be the last trophy handed out in the 2025-2026 academic year. Before you know it, it'll be time to
lace them up.
That's it. Football will be here before you know it. Down in the turf, and that'll be a free base for Liberty. Jaffe now at third.
Really good read by Jaffe. Got a good secondary lead, and that ball hit the turf, and he went right off that ball, scraping the ground, and gets to third base, no problem.
Sorensen, though, stays at first base. He didn't advance. There's a base hit to left. That'll get another run home. Boy, I didn't see what happened down there going down the line. But Barone obviously in some pain.
Almost looks like his back locked up. Something I know all too well. He swings. Ooh. I don't know if I've ever seen that. If you're Bradley LaCroix, you got to be thinking too, okay, we're up 8-2, pretty good chance we're winning this one. Do we get him off his feet for the last 2 innings and get him some treatment? Maybe have him ready to go for the next game, but it looks like he's going to stay in it.
Yeah.
Might be the best thing for him, stay active, especially if it's a low back, a facet issue. I've had my fair share of those, and not a lot of fun. Can't really move very well.
There'll be a pitching change for Boston College. An 8-2 ball game. We'll keep an eye on the injury situation as well, but we'll step aside here. 2 on, 1 out for Liberty when we come back. Trying to stretch out Nick Barone, who tweaked his back running down the line a moment ago, and seems to be okay.
But moving gingerly.
Well, the new pitcher, John Kwiatkowski, 6'6", 245-pounder out of Floral Park, New York.
By way of Manhattan College, 5-0, the 5 ERA. He's going to feature slider, fastball, and a sinker, and it should be in that order. Big lefty. He's Big John for sure, 6'6", 245.
He's been a short stint guy, hasn't pitched since the end of March, more than an inning and 2/3. I take that back, yeah, 2-inning stint against Virginia Tech in early April, but his last 3 innings, last 3 appearances have been 1/3 of an inning. Didn't record an out and walked 1, faced 1 batter against Georgia Tech. At Clemson went 1/3 of an inning. Starts Easton Swafford off with a strike. So first and second for the Flames. Make it 0-2. Fouled out of play. Again fouled back. 23rd appearance of the year for Kwiatkowski. They used him a bunch last year too. Had 22 appearances on the mound. High in the air, out to right field, and that'll be caught at the track. Oh, bobbled out there in right field by Toomey. Able to hang on. Boy, it sounded like that one was, the sound of that didn't sound like some of the other ones.
It did, but every time I see a ball go in the air, I think it's gone. And a really interesting catch by Toomey. You know, I think he was thinking that they would be tagging at second base, and maybe if I can act like I'm catching the ball up here, but then lower the catch, then they might take off early, I guess. Or either that or the ball was knuckling or doing something weird.
It is out number 2. And Landon Silly to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Line and gloved. Diamond Olfey will get Boston College off the field. We're heading to the 8th. Eagles running out of outs. Well, Boston College got some work to do if they want to return to a regional final for the first time since 2023. Liberty has a juicy 8-2 lead here. They're trying to get to the regional final to face Georgia at 5 o'clock Eastern. It'll be their first regional final since 2021. The loser, season over for some, careers are over.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those bittersweet days for the loser. Obviously, all the work you've put into that season, but also some people might not be playing baseball, suiting up again. So definitely a lot on the line here, and not only a lot on the line for these players, but also for the coaches. Just think about, hey, I'm recruiting after the season. We got to a regional final. We need you to push us over the edge.
Yeah.
We need a couple more pieces, assuming they can't get past Georgia.
That one's out to center field. Campos just shy of the track, makes the catch, 1 out. By the way, we got a change out in left field for Liberty. Nick Barone, who was bothered by that back, they have decided just to take him off the field and, as you said, probably work on him to try to get him ready if he can go, if they get to the regional final. But Ryan Drum out there, the junior out of Madison, Wisconsin, transferring from Butler. So try to get an update on Barone. Big piece of this Liberty puzzle is Nick. When all hands on deck facing the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, you're going to need everybody you got, and he's one of their better hitters. He's stolen 19 bags. He's got 12 homers and almost 60 RBIs, so that's a big bat out of the middle of your lineup if he can't return this afternoon, assuming they hold on here against Boston College.
There's a strike from Jake Potts, who's gone 3 1/3, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. It has been a 2-pitcher performance today for Liberty to this point. Jackson Lucas got the start. He went 4 innings. Missed inside, and that'll be ball 4. It's one of those days where even if you did have to use somebody for an inning, maybe 20 pitches or so, you could still turn them around and use them again in a second game situation today.
Does seem like they're trying to find a way to make this a 2-pitcher game, though, and have those guys be down and then have everybody else ready to go for the second game. I have to imagine it's going to be all hands on deck.
Swing and a miss from Luke Gallo. Gallo's 2 for 3 today. High chopper to third. Nice little pick. Throw to first for an out. 2 down. Nice job by Jaffe. Season high 3 2/3 of work on the mound for Jake Potts. Throwing 59 pitches, 34 of those have been strikes. He'll face Kyle Wolf, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, average of 232. 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Still got some pretty good giddy up. Good life on that fastball. Good life.
At the big league level, I'm not talking about a Chapman who's throwing 102 miles an hour, but does velocity, whether it's 93 or 97, is there a big difference at the big league level in those two?
Not a huge difference, but there's definitely, if you're throwing 97, it's different than 92, 93. Every 5 miles per hour, I would say there's a pretty big difference, right? And also, when you're throwing high 90s, it just forces people to sit on a fastball and adjust. And if you've got good breaking stuff or off speed in general, you really make that hitter, you put him in a bind because of how hard you're throwing.
There is a walk. Will be first and second. And here comes Keller Bradford out to the mound. As Gunnar Johnson awaits an opportunity to hit. Gunnar 1 for 3 today.
Potts going as long as he has all year, so you got to imagine they're trying to get him to get one more out, and to your point, probably throw somebody else out there in the 9th to get 3 outs.
Two down in the inning. Or you get one of these big flies from Gunnar Johnson, all of a sudden it gets a little interesting.
I agree with you. Potts has got to find the strike zone here.
Two and one. Fouled into the netting, all even up. Just misses, it's full.
Best way to let a team back in is walk a bunch of guys. In jeopardy of walking 3 right now in this inning.
Got him. Inning is over. Potts fired up as he walks off the mound, heading to the bottom of the 8th.
He should be fired up. He was laboring, but he found a way to get it done. Fastball top of the zone, going to the bottom of the 8th.
Liberty with a 6-run advantage going to the bottom of the 8th inning. 9 hits. Those 2 errors by Boston College certainly costly back in a 5-run 3rd inning for Liberty. As BC going to the bullpen trying to get 3 quick outs and then try to get something going in the 9th. They turn things over to John D. Mitchell. Not to be confused with John B. of Outer Banks.
And we're not going to tell you what his middle name is. He's a sophomore. It's his 15th appearance. 1-0 with a 7.52 ERA. The walks do jump out at you. 23 Ks to 14 walks. He'll look to keep Boston College down 6 here. They got to get 3 outs, and then Liberty has to do the same to win this ball game.
First one up, Kyle Vitston, catcher for Liberty, to face John D. John D. Mitchell spent last year at Air Force. Pitched in 5 games.
You gonna keep me in suspense for the middle name? I know you're looking for it. Internet doesn't have it. Gosh.
That one misses inside. Vincent 1 for 3. There's some life on that fastball. 93. 2-1 to count. By the way, his middle name, I was just, that one hit him, it did. Donald.
John Donald Mitchell.
There you go.
3 first names.
Knew I could find it for you.
That's incredible. Incredible research. Did you find it?
Pay people a lot of money to find things like that for me.
Thought that could be a Jeff special.
Here's Campos, 1 for 2. That one hit was rather loud. Hit his 12th home run of the year back in the 4th inning. The old leadoff walk. Those usually don't end well.
Can't get free passes out.
See if Boston College can avoid giving up another run here. But obviously, they are in a world of hurt right now with only 3 outs left to play with, down 6. Now it's popped up out of play. A lot of these guys probably take a few days off, and then many of them will go find some summer league to play in.
Plenty of good summer leagues around the country.
They're all over the place. Crazy.
Northwoods, Cape Cod.
Yeah. Did you just play the Cape?
I just played the Cape.
One summer?
That's it. Yarmouth Dennis.
There you go. Called strike 3. That'll be the first out of the inning. What did you do between your freshman and sophomore year?
I was supposed to potentially play, but I was so beat down after my freshman year, playing every game at shortstop as a young guy.
And you also went to Omaha that year.
We went to Omaha, long season. I think we played 70 games or something like that. And we got to the end of it and pretty much decided I needed to stay in town, get healthy, get strong. And that's what we did my freshman, going into my sophomore summer.
Then played in 07.
And then 07
and
the Cape.
And then the Cape.
Yep.
Runner goes. Johnson's throw down.
What
Did they
a
get him?
throw.
Oh my goodness. A throw and the tag. The combination was about as good as it's going to get.
Manolfi's been fun to watch there at second base. He puts a great tag on. I mean, it's a great throw and just a wonderful tag. You see how long he allowed that ball to travel?
Yeah.
A lot of people make the mistake of going out and grabbing the ball and then trying to go and tag him. He lets that ball travel and just puts it right on the runner, Vitson. Out number 2.
Well, that whole thing was textbook. Base hit by Marsh with 2 outs. That's his first hit today. Little lazy fly ball out to left, and Larson is there, so we're heading to the 9th. Season on the line for Boston College. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Eagles. Well, Liberty trying to advance to the regional final against the Georgia Bulldogs at 5 o'clock Eastern time. The loser of this one calls it a season in 2026. Right now, Boston College in a world of hurt, down 6 as we go to the top of the 9th inning. Danny Surowick looks like he's going to be a pinch hitter here in the 9th. Todd Intertonato breaking all that down for our home plate umpire, Jason Vinson. Surowick, 220 hitter. First pitch he sees, fouls it back. Got a couple of home runs, 4 doubles. So the big shift on right now for Liberty. They'll keep Marsh at short.
I was just thinking the same thing.
And that's how you get on base.
I mean, if you're going to allow somebody the opportunity just to lay one down, I mean, why not take it? It's not like it's the other way around and Liberty's down by 6, not expecting you to bunt. You just gave them a free at bat, free base runner.
And of course, Boston College, a team that loves to play some small ball with you.
Well, let's see if Bird Ball gets him back in this game. They do get a base runner, and they're going to get a pinch runner.
So Owen DeShazo now will run for Serwick. And here's Carter Hendrickson, the 9-hole hitter. He's 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out, and a walk. Jake Potts working longer than he has at any other game this year.
Thought he might be done after the 8th, but he's on for the 9th.
0-2 at the plate to Hendrickson. Ground ball to third. Can they turn 2? They'll start it with Jaffe. The turn, not in time. Hendrickson gets down the line in a hurry, but they do get the lead out. First out here in the 9th inning.
Important to make sure you get one right there. Slowly hit baseball, so good job by Jaffe to not try to force the issue. Or Swafford at second base to try to turn it too quickly. One out.
Top of the lineup now for Julio Solier. Got a tough day at the plate. 0 for 3, does have a walk. A couple of ground outs to second and a strikeout. Team's leading hitter has seen his average dip down to 356. Started the day at 361. Had a 2-home run game against these Flames back on Friday. It's 0-2. Watching Solier play for the last couple of days, there's one thing I know. He plays with a lot of emotion, just wears it.
Yeah, a lot of passion.
Yeah.
It's good to have in the middle of your diamond. I mean, shortstop, second base, center field, catcher, those are the real big positions.
Boy, he took a big hack at that, and I think he got Vidston behind the plate in the process. Well, that foul ball caught him, I believe, like dead center of that chest protector. Was he thanking the chest protector just then?
Oh,
yes, he was.
Yeah,
He was
just
thanking
right off the left.
Thank you, Rawlings, for making his chest protector. 0-2 on Solier. Way off the mark. Liberty will try to get a rematch with the Bulldogs at 5 o'clock. 2 more outs before that will be confirmed. Allowed Georgia 2-run homer to Daniel Jackson in the first inning, but they answered back to tie it at 2 at the bottom of the first, but then went 1 for 25 against Georgia the rest of the game.
They had some opportunities with the bases loaded. Some really good plays by the shortstop, Colby Branch.
Well, this could be 2. Oh, the spin by Marsh. Oh, he throws it. Did that hit the railing?
No, it got his head.
Oh, my goodness. That hit Solier's head and then bounced off the railing in the dugout. Boy, Marsh has got a cannon at shortstop for Liberty, and just a kind of a blind throw. And I believe that just caught Solier off the head area and ricocheted off a railing.
And Hendrickson's still standing on second base. And the umpires are conferring, so a lot at play right here, a lot at stake. And we're gonna watch it again. Looks like they get the out at second base, and then, yeah, fortunately, either goes off the, here, we're gonna see it. Oh my, totally misses the glove of Sorensen. And very tough by Solier. I mean, literally takes that off of his jaw protector.
Liberty is challenging the call of safe at second base. The previous play is under review.
So they did say that he's safe at second base. Watching the replay, I felt like Marsh had control of that bag. And looks like Solier is going to leave the game.
No. Because it's a head injury, we'll take another look, and I'll explain what can happen to Solier in just a moment. But let's see. Yeah, I think that's an out. Looked like he had his right foot on the bag.
Pretty athletic play by Marsh on the spin there to grab some bag.
But Solier is going to leave the game for a moment. They're going to put a runner in for him. Anytime there's a head injury in college baseball, you can actually leave the game and get checked out and then be brought back in.
Oh, good.
Now,
Great.
I know we're in the ninth and things may not happen, but there is that opportunity once he is cleared to play.
It's a good rule. Rather do that than not take a chance.
Esteban Garcia will be the runner at first base. But back to the review or the challenge going on right now. It's just in our initial look, it appeared that Marsh was on the bag when he made
catch. And I feel like his right foot's on the bag when he makes that catch. Yeah, it's still on the bag, I think.
Yeah.
When I watched it live, I thought for sure it was an out. And based on what I've already seen in this regional, there's some grace given to the second baseman being on the bag, because there was a double play turned earlier that he wasn't on the bag when he got the.
Well, with the review, there is no grace. It's either you're on or you're off.
Well, that's interesting, because I think Boston College might have missed an opportunity to challenge earlier.
That's why the challenge is there. If you want to challenge it. But with the replay operation going on, you're either on the bag or you're not. But I think in this situation that Marsh had his foot on the bag.
Let's see.
After review, the call is overturned to out at second base. Liberty retains their second challenge. There'll be 2 outs.
So now Liberty 1 out away from moving on. There is Garcia standing over at first base. And here is Ty Manolfi. He is 1 for 4 today. That hit back in the first inning, left the yard over right center. That was a free gift as Garcia just casually jogged down to second base. 2 homers and 50 runs batted in for Manolfi. A sophomore out of Staten Island, New York, trying to keep this one alive for Boston College. 2-0 at the plate. line to second, and that one gets out to right field. Boston College is going to pick up their third run of the game on the RBI by Manolfi.
Manolfi's had himself a very nice day. A couple RBIs, a home run earlier, and another knock and RBI here in the 9th inning. That cuts the deficit to 5. Still 2 outs.
That ball was scorched. Here's Nick Wang. He can clearly lift one out of here. 16 homers on the season for Nick Wang. By far and away the home run leader for the Eagles. There you go. Is that enough? Out to left. It's going to stay in the ballpark, and that'll be out number 3, and Liberty stays alive, and they will move on to the regional final to take on the Georgia Bulldogs. And in the process, the Liberty Flames have tied a program record with 43 victories here in 2026. Meanwhile, for Boston College, the angst of a season coming to a close. A fantastic year for the Eagles nonetheless. They set a record with 17 ACC victories this year and certainly had a good run of it until a little stumble down the stretch. Expect to see them back in the picture again in the ACC in 2027.
Yeah, Todd Interdonato, a guy that you really want your kids to go play for. He's passionate, loves his players, gets the most out of them. It'll be tough to see them go, but Liberty did their job, and they're going to get a rematch with Georgia.
Time to take a look at our Capital One rewarding performance. And for that, we will talk about Mr. Jaffe, who had a fantastic day. 3 hits, a triple. How about a home run to right? And then in the 7th, he singled, scored a couple of runs today.
Yeah,
Today.
Unfortunately didn't get a chance at that potential cycle, but he had himself an excellent day. Really set the tone for this Liberty Flame team.
So Liberty goes to 43-20, and now they'll take an hour and a half off or so and regroup and get ready to face the Georgia Bulldogs in a rematch of a game they lost last night. So hope you can join us for that. Coming up at 5 o'clock Eastern time. Bulldogs and the Flames. Should be a lot of fun, and you know there will be a packed house here at Foley Field. So for Gordon Beck and the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long for now. Hope to see you again at 5 o'clock Eastern time. Liberty moving on.